Okay, so I think looking back over the last few years of Payaca, I think the kind of structure that we've landed on now seems to be working really well. So what I mean, my dream team would be a sales function that's ultimately led by it's ultimately founder led or co-founder led. That kind of role within the business is going to be it's a superpower, right? They're going to be really passionate about the product. They're going to know the product inside out, and therefore they're going to want to be the ones who kind of lay the foundations for how the product is sold, like what kind of process you take customers through, how you talk about the product. And basically just kind of understanding that process and really solidifying it before you start adding members of the team, or not having it set in stone, of course, but like having a really good understanding of the foundations that it's going to be put on. I think once you're at a point where you're comfortable with that, and you're also kind of, I guess, when you're starting to run out of time, you're going to need to start bringing more people on to take some of the workload off your list. So at that point, the approach that we took when we were bringing in new salespeople, we weren't necessarily looking for sales experience exactly. What we were looking for is certain aptitudes. So we wanted to bring on people that really understood technology. I mean, it's a technology business. You can't really sell what you don't understand. And then the other thing we were really looking for is an aptitude for problem solving, being able to like while we're developing the product, people need to be able to actively listen when they're talking to potential customers, listen to some of the problems that they're looking to solve, and then translate that into how that works with our product, how our products can help solve those problems, and like being able to demo it. So there's like a real need for problem solving there. And then the last point I would say on the people that we're bringing in is kind of like this is going to sound quite silly, but like the ability to learn. Like they have to be able to absorb that knowledge, learn, and have like a genuine curiosity. Constantly asking if there's an area of the product that they don't understand. They go out of their way to find out what it does, how it can help, and what that means for our customers. And also that curiosity needs to reflect in the conversations that they're having with our customers as well. Constantly asking questions to better understand the business, what its needs are, how can we help? Can we help? I mean, I think it's really important to not just have like an ideal customer profile, but also an unideal one, so that you can identify if you're going to be able to help a customer or not pretty quickly. And I mean, having that, like the unideal customer profile, means that you're going to save everyone's time that's involved in the conversation. So yeah, I think when you're like, to summarize, I'd say founder led, and then when you're starting to bring on people, they need to have a certain aptitude, which is being able to understand what we're actually doing, have an aptitude for problem solving, and also curiosity and thirst for learning, basically.
Thanks, Luke. And I'm just curious, quick follow-up question.
Go ahead.
In terms of the roles that you recruited for, what were the key sales roles that you first filled in the team?
So originally we brought in a head of sales, and we had two account execs underneath him. That didn't quite pan out. So we kind of went back to the drawing board. And I think the reason why it didn't pan out was, I mean, the product was evolving quite rapidly, and Matt and myself were trying to figure out how we wanted to sell the product. And ultimately, we didn't want that left up to somebody else. I think it kind of come back to conversations that Matt and myself were having. How do we want to sell the product? How do we want to talk about it? And then once we understood that more, we could then start teaching it out to people.